Hi, I'm Owen from Square Balloon, and today we're going to do a quick tutorial on visual hierarchy and visual direction. So these are two concepts in the design world. This is a social media post that our team has created, and to tell you what visual hierarchy is. So normally with text you would read from left to right, unless you're in a country that speaks right to left, and you also read from top to bottom. So in this case we're going to read this part, and then the next part, and then the phone number, and then the email address. And that's fine, but then you also have visual direction, which is where your eye naturally goes to first on the page. So this big circle potentially could be the first thing they see. I don't think it would be in this case. I think it probably would be this white because it stands out more. The picture's not quite bright enough perhaps. So this is the first thing. It's also the biggest, and it's also in quite a bold font. And the next thing, as you can see, it's 10 pixels smaller, and then the phone number again is a little smaller, and then the email smallest of all. So it actually just follows like the normal visual hierarchy. If you put all of those the same size, the visual hierarchy would have been just to follow top to bottom, but we've increased that by having different sizes. What I would say is this text is 39.7, this is 36.3. It's quite similar. I'll make them the same. The reason for that is if they're very similar but not the same, it kind of looks a little bit like a mistake. Very much like if you have two colours which are very close to each other but not exactly the same. It almost looks like they were meant to be the same, but somebody hit the wrong colour or something like that. So the next thing I'll talk about here on the visual hierarchy is about grouping, really. So if you group elements, you group similar elements together. If they're related to each other, they're grouped together. So this, have a free chat with us today, is it related to the want more sales from your website, or is it related to the phone number? Because it's kind of in the middle of both. It's not really a clear enough difference on it. So in terms of visual hierarchy, you might consider that they could be moved into a slightly different location, and that would change things. So if I just show you what I've done on that, was making them the same size, but on this one I've moved the phone number down the bottom. So have a free chat with us today, which is now related to want more sales from your website. And then the phone number and the email address are the contact details, so they are related to each other for that reason. So that's how grouping works when you group things in a sort of hierarchy. So people are going to look at the top, and then they're going to look at the bottom. Now in this case, what would happen, where I've shrunk have a free chat with us today, a lot of the time people skim reading would read the main heading at the top, skip the next part, and maybe perhaps go to the phone number or the picture or something like that. However, have a free chat with us today could be related to want more sales from your website, or it could be related to the phone number. So in this case I've moved it down next to the phone number, and again, just because of visual direction, this image is quite striking. It stands out. You maybe would go there first, but then it kind of breaks the visual hierarchy by maybe perhaps you go there, and then you go there, and then you go there. But perhaps that's not the order in which it should function, because you want to convert better. So switching sides made it easier to go on the normal visual hierarchy. Visual direction was taken up because this was bigger, so it made it much more eye-catching, but you kind of see what's in there. So perhaps you start by seeing that. If the image is something really obvious, if you do, I don't know, if you do shoe cleaning and it's a shoe getting polished, that would be really obvious that was doing, and if that's what you were looking for, you'd spot it straight away. This image is a little less clear because it's showing some analytics or something, which is fine. It's kind of what we need, but potentially if you're looking for sales from your website, you don't think of analytics straight away. We do think of analytics straight away, but perhaps the users and the business owners don't think of that straight away. So that was a quick tutorial on visual hierarchy. So putting things in the right order, grouping things next to each other to keep their hierarchy together, and also sizing, making things bold, making things brighter or less colourful, and that's how you keep the visual hierarchy and the visual direction. So I hope that teaches you a bit more. We'll be coming up with more design tips and examples soon. Thanks for watching.